nasty to them, ladies. Just don't forget. Keep that shit classy.
Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty. Spit on it, get on it. If you got enough, I flip on it. Climb to the top, do a split on it. Them bitches ain't never did this on it. Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty. Let's get nasty, nasty.
Just gotta let it sink in real quick.
It's all good.
Okay, here we go. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Talk Spicy Her. It's the lit one, Ritzy, bringing back Talk Spicy with a twist. These episodes will have a more feminine energy, a little softer, a little sexier, a little je ne sais quoi, and plenty of spicier topics. Without further ado, though, I need to introduce my badass, all sass, bougie ass bestie. Can I call you bestie?
Of course.
You know I love you.
I love you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Introduce
Y'all can
yourself.
call me Big Memphis. That's what most people call me anyway. But yeah, I'm Big Memphis. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so happy to be here with my friend. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, y'all.
Yeah. Is she
Thanks for
get real
having me.
country? Okay. She a little
I'm sorry. I get nervous. And I get
then her
country.
real accent comes out. You know what I'm saying? But that's okay because I love it.
Thank you, girl.
I love it. I love it. So what are we talking about today? What are we about to give them? Bro, there hasn't been an episode in months.
I know.
Months. Now that we're spinning this shit around, giving it a little more, you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about?
So I think we probably need to go ahead and address the elephant in the room.
That's what I was going to say, because the elephant is huge.
It's kind of
the
big.
motherfucker's stanky.
Yeah.
The motherfucker is large and in charge.
We haven't, we ain't been friends in like 5 years, so we probably need to go ahead and tackle
I'm going to say
that.
4 1/4.
Okay.
I'll go with that. That makes me feel a little bit better, because 5 years.
That's half a
I'll
decade.
cry right now. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry right now. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we should start from the beginning. Okay. Let's start off with how we met, and then we'll kind of go into the demise.
The fall.
of our friendship.
Yeah.
For real. So, what's your recollection of how we met?
I feel like we always knew of each other, but we didn't know each other personally. And we were always like in the same social circle, but we didn't hang together, and we were always on the same social media. So I don't know who hopped in whose inbox, but somehow I ended up at your apartment, and I feel like I never left.
Sleepover, Monday through Sunday.
Facts.
Every day
We were together.
Yeah, and I feel like people always thought we were friends just because we both tall.
Yeah.
We both light skinned. We both just, we a little bit different.
And we're goofy. We're kind of out there. People associate like tall, big with goofy, which I'm fine with because that's who I am.
Yeah. At this point, that's me. That's who it is. Hey, you know, tall, light skin.
That's what they did. They definitely put us together without us actually being together.
I swear. But I feel like once we started hanging out, our friendship went from like 0 to I'm gonna surpass 100, like 1,000. Like I was so comfortable with you. Like I told you everything. I know you told me everything. Yep. Like we were just like we built like a sisterhood. We did. Like a sistership. We were
together every single day, and we hung out every day. Like this was pre-kids, so I didn't have my son yet, and we were just single and living.
Boy, heavy on the single, bitch.
Good old days.
Back in them goddamn.
Back in my day. Yeah. But it was just good times. Yeah. That's when Proof was lit. I feel like I promoted for Proof. Like I was on social media like, hey, meet us at Proof tonight.
For real, I'll be there on Thursday.
Yes. Thursday through Sunday, that was our life.
I swear.
So we hung out every day.
Nails, hair.
We were always together.
Talking.
It was work and Ashley.
Yeah. Look, so, if I drop a tear, y'all, don't judge me. It really was. It really was.
So yeah, I feel like that was the start of our relationship, and I think we had like a good year, a solid year,
and some change.
Yes,
I'm gonna give us the change because I feel like we've seen the same season from 1 to and some change.
And then, so yeah, we
go ahead. You tell your POV, and then I'll tell mine.
So we were hanging out tough. I got pregnant. I think I was about 7 months pregnant.
Which I ain't cut her off because she was pregnant. Like I feel like everybody thinks I like hate kids and like I'm like anti. That was not it.
Yeah, I definitely from your Facebook post, I was like, dang, do she not?
She don't like kids no more.
She don't want me to have a child. But yeah, so something happened where
talk first of all, talk spicy. Like tell the truth.
Okay.
Tell what really happened. You don't gotta say no names, but tell it.
So we were in a group chat on Facebook Messenger, and this girl kept messing with me. She was my fiance's ex. She kept messing with me, writing me, trying to just get under my skin. So I went to the group chat. Of course, that's what you do. You go to the group chat. I'm like, hey, this is what's happening with me. I'm 7 months pregnant. I'm hormonal. I want to fight. I bring it to my group chat, and I just feel like Ashley dismissed me. She was just like, girl, whatever, you're pregnant. Like, forget her, blah, blah. But I'm so much like... If
you're heavy on respect.
Yes. So I was like, if it were Ashley, I'm already ready to beat up anybody because of Ashley. So I'm like, okay, if it were her and she were to come to me like, this girl's messing with me, I want to beat her up. I'm like, I'll get off early to go beat this girl up. But I feel like Ashley dismissed me, so I was super upset. I left the group chat dramatic, like Shaft with the coat, like I'm out. I left, cape and all. Later on that evening, I linked up with some friends that were in the group chat. We talked about it. I was like, I'm so pissed at Ashley. I'm just like,
crazy. Go ahead, friend. Go ahead.
So I link up with some friends that are in the group chat. I'm just expressing how angry I am. I'm big. I'm pregnant. I'm just like, yo, I'm so mad at Ashley. She dismissed me. Like, if it were her and she were going through it, we would be to her rescue. I'm like, if it's not about her, then she dismisses us. Everybody's like, in agreement. Like, yeah, I feel the same way. Like,
fuck y'all hoes too, by the way. Fuck all y'all hoes.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so then some information came out. And you know how kind of when people all agree on one subject, it's like, well, since we're here.
A consensus, if you will.
Since we're here, she said this about you. And what she said, I knew for a fact it was true because only she and I knew this. So immediately I'm just like, wow, she said this. I address it like, hey, you said blah, blah, blah. Ashley, the type of person she was then, I definitely would not fuck with now. She didn't care. She was like, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. I don't give a... I'm like, all right, cool. That was it for me. I didn't talk to her. I didn't fuck with her. I had nothing else to say to this girl. But...
I'm cringing, yo. I'm cringing. Okay, go.
I don't know exactly. It was 5 years ago, but we did still have... We had some kind of conversation. I know how it happened.
Hold on. We'll talk about that. Let me tell my side of how we felt.
Okay, so... Anyway, that happened. I got this information. I was super pissed about it because I felt like that was something that happened in my home between us. It should not have been repeated. That person who told that was her friend, not mine. That shouldn't have been repeated. So I was pissed and I felt like, well, that's it. That's the end. I don't really have anything to say to her. And that was kind of the demise of our relationship. And we didn't talk for 5 whole years. No reach out, no talk, no nothing. 5 years of silence.
Nothing. What's that song? It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Period. We did not. When I say I was like, all right, I'm cool. She was like, she cool. We never talked again, and that was that on that. Nobody reached out to nobody. Nobody was pressed about nothing. We just didn't talk, and I was content with that. I'm like,
we were fine.
Yeah, I was.
Even though, like, had we have had, I feel like another encounter somewhere else, it might have went differently. But so okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell my side first.
Okay, go ahead.
So. My recollection. That's why they say there's 2 sides to a story.
Absolutely.
And then the truth. Okay, so I definitely recall the group message. I definitely recall you being pregnant and the story being that someone was wanting to
mess with
whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. I recall I'm annoyed at the conversation because I know you're pregnant. I felt like at the time I'm being more respectful of your pregnancy than you are. You're trying to fight somebody and you're 7 months pregnant.
I was not thinking.
I get that. Yeah. I get that, friend. But that's me trying to be the reason in the group. Like, don't do it, whatever.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
But do you understand how that could come off as dismissive? Like, I feel like
now, yes, right. But at the time, like, bitch, you goofy.
Yeah, but but I'm like, if it were you, I'd be like, well, let's pull up pregnant at all. I have friends that will fight for me. Like,
I get it.
I didn't understand that, and I just didn't understand why you weren't like, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't fight. It was like more like, girl, you stupid as hell.
Yeah,
I didn't.
So my recollection, yes. So the group message happened. The thing about you being pregnant, and I'm just thinking about you. I'm not thinking about how I should react. I'm strictly focused on if I were in your shoes, because I'm just a bitch that I don't give a fuck about what this person's saying. And I know some people really take respect fucking to the heart. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't give a fuck if you respect me or not. Okay, so I remember me leaving the group message. And then, and I swear to God, because I was annoyed at the conversation. Everybody like trying, and I'm like, I'm not about to deal with this. Bye. Or if that didn't happen, then I feel like I exited you from the group message. Like, get this bitch out of here. No cap. One or the other. I feel like I left. And I wish I could pull up that group message so we could, But anyways. So then after the fact, because again, that group of friends was a messy ass group. One of the friends who had been my childhood friend. So that's my bitch that I known that we 15 years in. Even though we had our little, fallings out, I'm like, I'm going to listen to what she say. So she was like, and you remember I told you, I was like, I remember you telling me it was like a hoax. Like, you telling me you were faking. Like, you just wanted to see how we were going to react. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, this is after the fact. After we talked about it, and I'm like, I remember you telling me it was fake and whatever, but it wasn't you.
Oh, I was about to say, that was very real.
Yeah, no, but it was the person who kind of stirred all this up, who was like, she wasn't on shit. It was like she was just trying to test you type of shit. No. And then to me, that was like, she being messy. This is exactly why I left. This is why, whatever. And then from there, that person, I feel, stirred the pot. They knew that I trusted whatever they said because our friendship was years, fucking decades in at this point. And you being a new friend, she could tell you whatever, you're going to believe it. She can tell me whatever, and I'm going to believe it. So that kind of put us two against each other. And I feel like that was the intention of what the fuck happened. So we believe whatever story was being told, whatever, and that's really how we stopped talking.
Yeah.
And then we can go into where the text messages came in.
Okay.
Like, cause bitches was ready to
bitches was ready to scuffle.
I know how you bitches like to tussle. They do.
You stupid. Yeah, but I will be honest and say I don't. Ashley, for some reason, has a file cabinet of records. I don't know if she works in HR. I'm not sure. But she...
Actually, yes, they did hire me. Go ahead.
I don't know. But I do know I reached out to her then, man. And I was like, hey, so-and-so. I reached out to him because we had a different type of relationship. And I reached out to him and I said, hey, my friend needed something. Could you do this for her? I then get a text back from her like, hey, don't text my man, blah, 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 just being ratchet and whatever.
She's capping.
I feel like,
what do you want from us?
Girl, y'all the one that can remember this. I can't. It wasn't that important to me.
Yes, it wasn't a lot. Don't act like I just be coming at bitches next. Come on.
But I text him and respectively she texted me back like, why are you texting this man? But I had a relationship. I know that was her future husband. But at this point, I was not thinking about that. I was like, I had a relationship with him. This is the type of relationship that we had. and it wasn't for me. It was for my friend who did not feel comfortable reaching out to him because of our beef. And I was like, I don't care about her. I'll reach out to him for you. But I guess he snitched on me and told her.
Because that was my man and I'm going to stick beside him.
Okay. Anyhow. So So she was like, don't text him, blah, blah, blah. So then we started texting. And I don't know exactly what happened, but all I take from that is because this is what made me want to like really beat her up, is she says something to the effect of, she hopes that I fall down a flight of steps, and I am 8 months pregnant.
That is not what I said.
I said something to the effect.
I said, I hope you don't fall down a flight of steps.
And that makes it better.
Yes, it does. Then don't. I said, I hope you don't.
See, I'm getting triggered.
Don't get triggered, friend. Look, don't beat me up. I don't fight.
I'm triggered.
Where the police?
I'm triggered. But anyway, so that text message happened, and I feel like, okay, after that happened, I had my baby. Months later, I went
Hold on, no.
Okay.
After that happened,
Okay.
she said, when I see you, it's on sight.
Okay.
Keep that in your pocket, people. Go ahead.
Girl! Anyway.
I love you so much.
So, I hate you, bro.
Go ahead, bitch.
So anyway, I had my baby in June. The first time I went out was in October.
I'm stressed.
Me and my baby daddy.
This is getting hot.
We walk into Proof, my usual spot, even after pregnancy. I'm like, yay, it's my first day out.
My regular.
Who's the first person I see sitting at the bar alone? I'm a little tipsy, but not drunk, but I'm a little tipsy. So I walk over to her and I'm like, hey, we need to talk, right? I swear to God, this girl said, yeah. And I just remember.
My recollection, remember 2
yeah,
times.
she said, yeah. Then my baby daddy is looking at me like this. He was like, if you mess with that girl, I swear to God, we're going to have some problems. I'm like, all right, cool. So he pulls me away. We go about our night. But then the whole night, I only came with like 2 or 3 girls, but then towards the end of the night, I had 9 to 10 friends with me. Solid.
Yeah.
9 to 10 friends with me. I mean, these girls I've been friends with 20 plus years.
Yeah, talk about it. Talk about it, friend.
So throughout the night, I feel like I was antagonizing her. I was dancing on her from behind and things like that. Things got carried away. I think the whole night I'm just like, we need to have a conversation. Like, I need to know, like, I want to talk. Like, at this point, I wanted closure. Drunk and all, I wanted to talk to this girl. I wanted to know what her motive was behind.
You love me, baby.
I want to know what her motive was behind telling this girl that was not my friend, my business.
Facts. I give you that.
So, nonetheless, we never talk. It's just a bunch of hoopla throughout the night. Your then man was kind of in between us, like, hey, y'all need to cut this. This ain't what it is, blah, blah, blah. But
all right, put a pin in it right there, because I'm going to tell you my side.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, like I said, her last message to me was, when I see you, it's on sight. I don't know if it has to do with my sign or just my childhood trauma. I don't forget shit. If you tell me when you see me you want to fight, what the fuck are we about to talk about?
Girl,
hold on, friend. Hold on, friend. Let me finish. I didn't interrupt you.
Woo.
I didn't interrupt you. So I remember her coming up to me in the bar. That story coincides. We agree. Mm-hmm. But my response was, what is there to talk about? We're supposed to be tussling.
Why didn't you swing?
For what? You said you wanted to fight.
But I'm saying.
You said you wanted to fight. So let's fight. Hold on, friend. Hold on.
Okay.
So yes, you get pulled away. You go to the dance floor. Me and my nigga on the dance floor. Cool. I don't give a fuck about y'all. I don't give a fuck. Because obviously, it ain't that. It ain't on sight. Because we ain't get to fight. You know?
Right. Okay.
She went 99 bitches.
All 20 of my childhood friends.
Bro, I swear to God. And I'm only with my nigga. He ain't about to. Well, he ain't fight no bitches. Not that night he wasn't, but I was ready. Like, okay, you say you want to fight on site. Let's fight. I don't want to talk to you. We're not talking. So all her friends is getting in my face. They like, Ashley, all this extra shit. She's going outside. Glass going outside. Everybody's going outside. I'm going outside. Her friends trying to make me mad, rubbing on my nigga, and I'm like, bro. Y'all can't get a reaction out of me. This is the bitch I got the issue with. I don't give a fuck about none of that. But if y'all want it, y'all can get it. I could not get past the fact that was said. So that's how I was trying to handle it. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like a lot of people think I'm just a weak ass, funny ass, goofy ass bitch.
That's not the perception I had of you.
Yes, you did, because I got the message.
And I said you're a weak ass, funny ass, goofy ass bitch.
No, you said you're the scariest bitch in Wilmington. That's what you said. I probably did. Yeah, and I was ready to fight. Was I not? With you?
I don't know.
Bitches.
Girl, I wish we would have fought at this point.
We could have squared
point.
the fuck up downtown Wilmington.
Cut the cameras.
I'm gonna eat your coochie.
You nasty.
At that time, that shit was real. That shit is like how our friendship ended. We never talked again. We never ran into each other any time after that. And I feel like the same friend that kind of was the mix of ending our relationship was the one that brought it back
together. She
so
definitely
I can't
did.
Even be mad at though. You know,
I'm not mad at her
I was
at
mad
all.
at that bitch too.
I mean, and see, that's the thing. She and I had a completely separate friendship from her. Our relationship was really surface. We knew each other because of you. We only talked because of you. I did like her, and I do like her still. But, you know, all the drama that happened, and then the fact that she brought us back together, I appreciate that. Like, if it weren't for her, then we wouldn't be here.
We would have never talked.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've all grown from that situation.
Facts.
Like, one, it was a dumbass. First of all, let me take my accountability because I'm a grown-ass woman and I can say what the fuck I did wrong. And I definitely should have never told her your business.
And I appreciate that.
Period.
Yeah, and Ashley has been, like, the Ashley then... I would have never gotten an apology. I would have never gotten the accountability that you did today. Like the fact that she said, I am sorry. I promise you.
Several times.
Yeah, like
Several
times, like, look, we are never breaking up. I am sorry. I'll apologize to whoever. I appreciate that because sometimes girls just have too much ego to do that. And the fact that you did that, I appreciate that. And I can see your growth and I just appreciate what you did because girls don't do that. And I love you too, girl. Even though I wanted to beat you up. But
she wasn't ready for these.
Girl, actually, shut up. Because
I don't want to fight.
All right.
I'm just playing. Okay.
But no, I'm glad we at a place now. I'm older, you're older. I got a whole kid. Like,
and I love him.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad though. Okay.
No, don't do it. It's okay. You're here now. So I feel like now that we're past that point and we're in a new space, we're in a new energy, we're so open with one another, we're
about to cry.
I see. Don't cry.
Don't tell nobody.
Because I think people should see that because that's real raw emotion. Like we lost 5 years of friendship. Like you lost 5 years of not knowing my son. Like you met him going to pre-K, and to me, I'm just like, damn. We talk so much about like you being auntie and doing this, like, yeah. I mean, but it's okay now because my son loves her. He wants to come over here for her dogs.
He had to warm up to me, but it's okay.
He wants to lay on her chest.
I was scared to go to his birthday.
Yeah, because that was like the beginning. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we're here now. So we're just going to move on to just like general questions about friendship and toxicity and female relationships.
Heavy on that for sure.
Yeah, so... I think we should just move into that. We're just gonna like ask each other some questions and like see our growth. And
I love it.
You can start off.
Okay. How do you feel like you treat friendships differently now than you did before?
I definitely will say like I had never fallen out with a person, a girl, a friend, the way that I have fallen out with you. Like all of my girlfriends, we have been friends for 20 plus years. I mean, we go back to rolling grinds, 12, 13 years old.
See, y'all ain't been through no trials and tribulations.
We have been, but we've never like fallen out like that. Okay. Like we've had little arguments.
I don't want nobody to beat me up later.
Shut up.
Go ahead.
But, you know, my friendships, we got long lasting friendships. We've had like squabbles or not talk to each other for a couple of days, but I've never had a relationship to the extent of where we stopped talking for 5 years like we did. So I feel like that taught me how to hold a grudge, which is bad because I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to not talk to somebody for 5 years. I feel like I'm more open now to let's have a conversation if we have a disagreement. But it just depends. Like it depends on what's happening. Like
rough.
It is rough.
That's rough. And again, I think for me, my shit, how I handle relationships, friendships comes from like how I was brought up. Mm-hmm. So like I was taught to, if somebody do you wrong, never talk to them, bitches, niggas, whoever.
That's unhealthy.
Is it?
Yeah, that's unhealthy.
Is it?
Facts. You don't just cut somebody off because you have a disagreement.
It's not about the disagreement. It's about the disrespect.
And that's a human error.
If you really felt how you felt about me, I don't feel like you would treat me a certain way.
So you don't think people act that way out of anger? You don't think someone had a human moment and treated you away because they had a moment with you?
No.
Actually, we can get in an argument right now. You could say some things a little nasty to me, and I'll be like, you know what? Let me give her some time to cool down. We can talk about this tomorrow.
But
I'm not gonna say fuck you forever.
That I know hurts you. I would never.
Now or
we ain't
because
talking about TalkSpicyHER. We ain't talking about Bo Bash.
Oh, okay. You're talking about now.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't feel like I could do that to somebody.
You feel like what they say is what they mean.
I treat somebody how I want to be treated.
Right.
But once that line's crossed, it's up. From here.
And that's where we differ, because I am very forgiving. Yeah. I do like closure. Like, I do want to have that intimate conversation. Like, where are you coming from? Because we can resolve this.
And you know something? I talk to my therapist. Yes, some bitches in there because I know I'm not perfect.
Facts, me too.
Which hurt me to even say. I might have a sore throat tomorrow because that shit was painful. I know I'm not perfect. But forgiveness is crazy.
Yeah.
Forgiveness is not something that comes easy. I could move past it, but bro, as soon as you move a little funny, that shit on the front burner. Like, I can't move past stuff. So for me, it's easier to cut you off because then I don't have to keep bringing it up. I don't have to keep repeating these cycles. Yeah. And I also feel like what insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Yeah. So if I feel like I'm giving you another chance, I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not crazy. Yeah. Off of your ass.
You're sane. But I get it. Like, I feel like me now, like 33-year-old me now, I'm kind of more like, all right, I feel like I'm moving more into that mindset, but I'm still going to give you a chance to, like, speak your piece. Even if you did me wrong, like, even within the 5 years of us not talking, if you would have reached out to me, I would have been 100% open. I just wasn't going to reach out to you first, but I would have been receptive to it. But, like, I feel like my friendship now, like, that's what it is. Like, I'm not interested in making a whole lot of new friendships. Mm-hmm. If it happens, it happens, but I'm not going to go around, like, advertising. That's just what it is.
And also, I feel like it also comes from, I didn't really hold on to friendships like that because I moved so much as a kid. I went to fucking 4 different elementary schools in 4 different states. Like, I would build these relationships and they would be gone. So it wasn't like I'm like, this person's gonna be around forever. It's like easier for me to just
let it go.
That's it.
You know, I mean, and you can take that either way, because I moved around a lot too, not because of your same reasoning, but I just was raised in a different environment. Like, I didn't have the best situation growing up, so I moved around a lot, but I still held close to those true friendships that I formed because they meant a lot to me. I feel like so much was taken from me as a child. My friendships meant a lot to me. So no matter where I was, if I was in Memphis, if I was here, I was always calling, trying to connect with them because that meant a lot to me, and I tried to hold on to that. So now at this age, I feel like if I do make a new friend and it's iffy, if I'm kind of on the same wave as you, is if it's a weird, or if it's taking too much energy, or we're fighting, I'm 33. Well, I'm not dealing with that. Like, either we're going to talk about it or we're going to move. Like, there shouldn't be any gray area. Like, we're going to do it or we're not.
And I feel like that's kind of how you know, even though I don't feel like my parent talking to me about how they've dealt with their friendship was toxic at the time, that's them trying to, you know, communicate and let me know what they went through. But I took that shit to heart. Yeah. Like, my mama done seen some things. Like, besties do some crazy shit. Yeah. So for somebody you grew up with, you go from childhood to adulthood with and fuck you over, just to move on from that relationship, that's kind of how I carried it. Like, if you do something wrong, it's done. Yeah. It's done. So, and I think that comes with growing and getting older. Like, you kind of have time to reflect on everything that you were told, on everything that you've seen, on everything that you were taught. So,
Right. Yeah. And I feel like the way you were raised has a lot on how you respond to things. Yeah. I feel like a village raised me, so I'm taking bits and pieces from here and there. Like, what do I
do? Your question.
So, what does it?
I got teary-eyed. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're human, and that's good, because that ain't who you even used to be. So my question is, what do you think it takes to maintain a good friendship, a good solid friendship?
Honesty, accountability. I feel like if you have those 2 things that can go so far because you're telling me how you feel. You're telling me what you're going through. You're telling me just being communicative is big because, again, all I can talk about is what I know. For me, it is hard to tell people how I really feel. I can't do it. Why I gotta peel off the layers? Like, I just feel so exposed. That shit is hard for me to do.
No.
So, communication, transparency, and accountability. Because you have to, even if in the moment y'all are fighting, y'all are arguing, fuck you, bitch, whatever, I hate you, can't stand you. Then when you get that moment to yourself, whatever your brain starts telling you, like, I could have did this different, I could have said this, or I could have, you have to communicate that to them. And that is going to make the biggest difference, because I'll bet my life that they feel the same way. Right.
It just takes that person to say it first. Almost. Yeah.
Ego. You gotta put your ego down.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
Yes. Ego is so big.
I got it. Oh. Somebody got a big ego.
We don't know what it is.
Somebody got a fucking big ego.
Stupid.
God damn.
We both got it.
Word, bitch.
All right. Let's see. What you got?
Okay. So, in just talking about our friendship, what would you have done differently?
I probably wouldn't have just been like, fuck this group chat. Like, me now at this age, I would have messaged you separately and been like, hey, like, what was up with that? Like, I felt this type of way. I felt like you dismissed me. I feel like things could have probably been talked out, but
easily.
Yeah.
Because we were beefy.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest. Like, it wasn't even anything. Like, it was, and I feel like people preyed on that. They seen a little bump in the road and they was like, yeah, we about to, I would say the same. I feel like I would now reach out to you, like, bitch, get over it. Definitely. Or, bitch, I'm sorry. Whatever it is, I would definitely have reached out to you because. Yeah,
like the situation that had happened, like somebody was really messing with me, constantly added me, liking my pictures, like someone I had nothing to do with that had something to do with my, baby daddy, and I'm like, why is she messing with me? So yeah, I felt some type of way, and then on top of that being hormonal. What?
Sorry, what? We talking spicy? What are you talking about?
I'm saying, you said what I would have done differently, and I'm saying, like, I was so in my feelings at that time because of what was happening. I probably wouldn't have even, like, me now, I wouldn't have even paid attention to that.
But what is that? That's what I'm. What
like her.
Who?
The girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I would have been like,
so you felt like even after the fallout that she was like being funny?
And for a fact, she was being funny. They're so far removed, and their exes of like I'm the third person that he's been with. Yeah, so she like messes with exes down the line, like she has no life. Yeah, so I probably wouldn't even responded to her. I probably would have never let her get under my skin. So then there would have never even been that situation, is what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was something to do with my people. Okay.
Anywho,
it's a little hot. My collar's a little.
You're a little sweaty, a little warm.
A little bit. What else? What else?
So I wrote, do you feel like you have any toxic friendship traits?
Now, no. I'm going to say no, just because I'm going to tell you how I feel. But I'm going to also say yes, because in the moment, I don't express that. Because I feel like we're having a conversation. It's a good conversation. You're not being messy, but I feel the type of way. I feel like me and you kind of talked a little bit about that. Like, this isn't the same. Like, we don't have the same connection that was there before. Oh, yeah. Which I feel like I should have, right? I feel like I should communicate that.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I said that. I was like, I mean, if you don't feel a way, like, don't drag that on. Like, don't drag it out. Like, let's just be adults and say, hey, this is, I love you. We can keep it surface, but let's not drag it out to continue this toxic ass cycle. Just say what it is. Either they're going to respect it or not and move on. But at least you did your due diligence. And
you want to know something crazy? So, just putting this out there. So, I feel like, so I'm like trying to be vulnerable with everybody, trying to tell them what's going on. So I've said something to said person, okay? And said associate has mentioned something to me. And I'm like, that could be the only way that you know what the fuck is going on with me. So I feel like it's kind of the same scenario. Not this person isn't my friend that reached out to me, but you wouldn't know this information without this person telling you.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Nah, because we talking spicy. This
Girl, what's happening?
This is real live and uncut. I'm letting you know that I haven't mentioned it, and I
Is it about me?
No.
Oh Lord Jesus.
No.
It's a fire.
Me
Okay.
and my situation. Talked about it with said person. One of their homies, friends, close associates reached out to me saying, well, I just heard you didn't hear nothing. Yeah. Because I'm so private. Like, you see what I want you to see, but you don't know anything unless somebody told you.
So it's like the same cycle. And you haven't reached out to that person and be like, hey.
Well, I mentioned it, but I mentioned it in a very vague way, like, so did you no, so I'm like confirming, you know what we talked about is between me and you, right? That's the conversation that we had. Nah, we good. I ain't gonna tell. But I know you did.
Yeah, I would just put that on the table. I need to know. Did you say this to this person?
But when they deny it, then what? And I know you did. This motherfucker is so far. This motherfucker doesn't even live here.
Yeah, I put it. Hey, Roger told me that you said this. Like, I can't beat around the bush. I need to know. Did you tell them this?
But if they say no, then what do you do?
Then you cut it off because it's a never-ending cycle.
Okay. Say less, and I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew that since I was fucking.
Because if you have the facts to back it up, and I'm not telling you what to do, but you're smart and you know what to do. Like, if this has happened over and over again,
it's gonna equal 4, baby.
Yeah. And that's with any situation.
Yeah. What time good? Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That was mine. I just asked you too. So you got something?
You had another question.
Oh, you just want me to answer? Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any friendships that you miss?
That I miss? Not anymore, friend. Oh. No, I'm gonna say no. Outside of like this girl. Okay, so I lived in Jacksonville for like a year and a half, 2 years, whatever. I went to elementary school there. They were literally my next door neighbors. It was a big ass family. It was a mom and like her 5 kids. They had a brother. They had like 4 sisters, whatever. The little sister and the middle sister, we all were like super tight. Like these are bitches that I used to play house with type shit, like whatever. And like maybe a year after I moved, we would talk, whatever. But I cannot find these bitches for nothing. I looked for them. I can't remember the last name. I remember the brother. Shit, I'm gonna say it. So Ernest is his name. I don't remember the last name, and it was Asia, and it was. I don't know if it was Jamila. It wasn't Jamila. It was something with a J. But those were my niggas. And I cannot find them for nothing. And that is what, an hour away? Like, they were my best friends. So I won't, but I was a kid. But I think about that.
How old were you?
Like 8.
Dang, that's
maybe
hard
9.
to find.
Like, I know. I don't remember the last name for nothing. I even asked my brother because he was there and he talked to the older sister, but like I don't know where the fuck they went. I can't find them.
Yeah. Well,
what about you? Do you have any friendships that you feel like you lost?
I really feel like I have all of my friendships from childhood.
So good.
I mean,
you're such a healthy, emotionally healthy.
I communicate, but I mean, there's been friendships that have been up and down. Huh?
You throwing shade?
No.
Oh. All right.
You know what you did. No, but I really feel like my friendships, like there have been friendships that I wish were stronger, like that we started off strong and now we're not so strong, and it's kind of turned into almost like an associate feeling, but we're still cool. Like I feel like we talked about our problems. We realized that hey, us being that close wasn't that healthy, but we're still cool. We just aren't where we used to be, and I'm okay with that because we still communicate. I can still call her. Our friends are still kids, and I still love her, but I just feel like our friendship probably isn't where it used to be, but that's okay. I feel like we both realized that.
Sometimes, friendships aren't meant to be.
Right. It is what it is, and I'm done forcing stuff. Like, I will be like, hey, what's wrong? Do you want to talk? Like, I ain't doing that no more. I'm too old.
For sure. I think we covered it, friend. Like, you almost got a tear out of me, bitch. You set me up.
I ain't set you up.
You did.
That's the devil juice coming out.
You ain't wrong.
Exactly.
I ain't mad. Okay. Well, everybody, like, subscribe, share, TalkSpicyHER, whatever. How it's TalkSpicyHER. In case y'all didn't understand the bars that were just dropped, it's TalkSpicyHER. Okay. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Follow, subscribe, like, share, all that good shit. And you can see this beautiful ass bitch.
It's me. Do y'all want to seduce me?
I'm sorry.
Bye, niggas.
All right. But, I don't.